Okay, Davis, welcome to the people of Utah.
Thank you.
I'm excited you're here, man. Why don't you start with tell us where you're from originally and what you're doing with us right now in Utah?
Okay, so I'm from Southern California, from a town called San Clemente.
San Clemente.
I grew up just by the beach. I mean, initially I was born in Vegas, but I moved to California when I was like 2, and pretty much just like grew up there and love surfing. I'm LDS, served a mission, but after that, I'm like got to go to school, so
Yeah.
came here to BYU.
Where'd you go on your mission?
I went to Peru, Arequipa.
Right on. Okay. Your Spanish pretty good?
Yeah,
How long you been home?
I've been home like a year and a half.
Right on, dude. That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty
So
sweet.
you're at BYU right now.
BYU.
Cool. What are you studying?
I'm studying manufacturing engineering.
Very interesting. Okay, how come?
Um, cause I've loved just like I was always that kid that would like take anything apart, like as like an 8-year-old I could take like the toaster apart and put it back together,
Okay.
and I just loved like understanding how stuff worked, and I was super curious. And manufacturing engineering is very much just like figure out how to build something and then do it a bunch of times and build machines that build machines, and I'm just like
Yeah.
I love it. It's
That's
sick.
sick, dude. Good for you. But you're also an entrepreneur, you told me, right? You
I
have a
am.
couple businesses.
I am.
Tell me about them.
So I can tell you the story like how I got into entrepreneurship, because
Yeah.
initially as a kid I was like I want to be a scientist, I want to be an inventor,
Okay.
and I didn't know like what that meant. I was just like I want to make stuff and like make things.
Yeah.
And I did pretty well in like all my science classes in high school, middle school to high school. I took this one class, it was like an engineering class, and it was like a 3D printing, it was like a 3D design, 3D printing business. And it was pretty fun. Like I loved it. I didn't think I was super good at it, but the teacher like reached out to me after the class and was like, "Hey, you were my best student." And I'm like, "Oh, really? I just
This is
liked it."
junior high?
This is junior high.
Wow, okay. That's sick.
And or junior high, high school. I was like 16, maybe 15 at the time.
Okay, yeah, still.
And I was just like, "Oh, okay." Like I didn't know I was good at it. I just knew that I liked it. Like I'd go in during lunch and like make other stuff, but I was like, "Okay." And he's like, "Oh, well, my engineering friend, he owns an aerospace engineering firm. He's reaching out and seeing if I have any like high school students that want to work for him." And I'm like, yeah, like, that'd be fun.
That's awesome.
So interviewed with the guy, got the job, started making airplane parts, like oil coolers for experimental aircrafts, kind of like the airplanes with just like one propeller that fit like one or two
No
people.
way. As a high schooler?
As like a 16-year-old.
That's legit, dude. Holy
And
cow.
and I was like, this is fun. Like I love the engineering side of things, and it was super cool. It was like it was hard, it was challenging, and just like seeing like real world applications of engineering, it was super sick. But I think where the entrepreneurship like stuff like hit me was this one scenario. It was like I would take in custom orders and I'd take all these measurements from like these airplanes. They're all custom built. So I'd have to like redesign these like pipes for the planes, and then I'd send that design to a manufacturing plant in Texas. They'd 3D print it in like nylon, then they'd ship it back, and then we'd ship it to the customer. And it took like 3 to 4 months, like that whole process of like me getting the designs finished all the way to they get their part on their plane.
Okay.
And I remember the owner of the company that I worked with, he was always complaining like it takes so long, like half these people like get sick of waiting after 2 weeks, and they just like end up wanting a refund, and it's like we can't get a refund if we're making a custom part. And he just told me all these things, and I was like, dude, what if I could just buy a 3D printer, save a bunch of money, buy a 3D printer, and then take these orders and turn it from like a 4 week turnaround to like a 3 day turnaround.
Mm-hmm.
And like I could make the part the same day I design it, then ship it out the next day, and then they get it in one day. And it's like save literally a month of their time.
Yeah.
And I could charge less because they were charging so much money for these custom parts.
Sure.
So I presented to the guy. He's like, I don't know. Like, we need to see if it's like a good quality, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to buy a printer. I'm going to print all the parts while we're still sending them to Texas. And you're just going to be able to compare and see what's better.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to charge you less money. Like,
Nice.
if you like it.
Okay.
And he's like, okay.
Okay.
So we did that. And I did it like the very first part. I bought this printer, found it on like OfferUp, some app.
Okay.
But it was like an industrial. It was like a really good printer that could
Legit.
print nylon. It had like a ruby nozzle, and I was super stoked. But it was also a lot of money, so I'm like, I hope this works.
Yeah.
Got the printer, did the first like test comparison. He liked it, and I was able to like charge like half the amount of money, which was still a lot of money in my opinion. I was like, this is a lot. I'm making $200 just to click this button.
Yeah.
So I did that, and he loved it, and I just started doing that, and then I ended up quitting that job and just focusing full time on this 3D print business,
Hmm.
which was still taking all of his traffic. Then I started taking more traffic from other people and got more printers, got laser cutters, got like a warehouse,
This is legit, dude.
and
It's
I was
awesome.
like, dude, this is sick. And then I hit the age of like 18. I'm like, I gotta, I gotta leave. I gotta go on a mission. I gotta do all this stuff. So got rid of all my stuff, went on a mission, had 2 years to like think about what type of business I want to start
Yeah.
and what I want to do with my life. And I think 3 months before I came home, my dad called me on like one of the P days, like a missionary prep day. And he's like, hey, I came up with this idea. It's like a baseball hitting tool. I want to like see if you would want to work with me for it and like do all the marketing and all this stuff. And I was just like, yeah, sure, but like I have all these plans I've been thinking about for 2 years. Like I'm gonna do these things. But I come home, I help him build like a website, start running ads, and I see instantly it's like you spend $1 on ads, you make $4 back. And I'm like, oh, let me just like turn that knob a little bit more. And it's like, okay, we spend $1,000 in ads, we make $4,000 back. I'm like, okay, I think I want to do this. So I partnered with him. We started this business. It's called Nine Strap. It's like a baseball hitting tool.
Okay.
Um, we make these like leather straps for like $1, less than $1 actually, and we sell them for $50, and people love them. Like they make you hit harder. They make you more precise in your swing, and they give like these kids playing baseball more confidence just like stand up and actually hit the ball.
Yeah.
And we scaled that to like just over $2 million in the first year. And after that, I was like, I just want to do this with a bunch of other things. So I started like a candy company. I've started like a skincare company. I've started like a tutoring agency company.
This is legit. So, okay, and I was gonna say, why are you even in school at all? But it sounds like you want to master your craft as manufacturing.
No.
No. Okay.
So part of the reason I'm still in school is I want to prove people wrong. Um, I mean, I committed to finishing school, so I'm like I want to do it.
Uh-huh.
But I have so many business partners or business friends that are like, dude, no way you're gonna finish school. You're gonna start making millions and want to dip. And I'm like, dude, watch me. I'll finish school. Like I
Let's
will.
go, dude.
Um, but then like this summer, I was like at a teetering point where I'm like, I might drop out, might stay in school. Like either way, I'm gonna come up here because I have a bunch of teams and like facilities here in Utah that
Uh-huh.
I'll have to manage still. But I just drop out of school. And then this guy like sent me an email. He was like, "Hey Davis, I've heard about some of your stuff. Why don't you just hop on a Zoom call?" And he's like, this guy at like the business school at BYU, and I'm like, "Ah, no, I'm good, thanks." And he's like, "No, like seriously, like you should hop on a Zoom call with me and we can talk about a few things." I'm like, "Okay, whatever." So I hop on a call and he's like, "Hey, I wanted to introduce this like business program to you. It's called Seed, where we have like all these business owners at BYU. We like meet up and then we can also give you like grants, like money for your businesses to start new businesses." And I was like, that's interesting. And I was like, that's like actually I'm probably just gonna drop out. It's not a big deal. He's like, oh well, we can give you up to like 30K for every business that you start. I'm like, okay, that sounds kind of
Huge. Yeah.
like that sounds kind of good. So that was the main reason I stayed, like for this year. And then I've just been like, I wouldn't say leveraging that, but using that to start more businesses than I would have been able to do if I wasn't
That's so
in
sick.
school. So it's been fun.
That's good to know. And I have some things I gotta pitch to you after this actually,
Yeah,
because it sounds like you're the man for this. This
yeah,
is actually
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Okay, dude. Glad I met you. So outside of running your businesses and doing your school stuff, what do you do for fun?
I, I mean, I've loved surfing. Can't do much of that here in Utah.
Yeah.
Except that's a whole different story, different business I'm working on. But
Oh, okay, that's exciting.
we can get back to that later. I love skating, like skateboarding. Snowboarding is always fun in the winter.
Right on.
Love snowboarding, and I'm actually in a band. I play bass and I sing in a band. It's called Linda Lane.
That's
pretty
sick.
fun.
Say that again.
Linda Lane.
Linda Lane.
Yeah.
How long you guys been together?
Dude, we've been together since high school.
Okay, that's good.
Like since freshman year of high school.
And everybody's out here in Utah with you. How are you still doing stuff?
Yeah, we're all here in Utah. Like
Great.
we're all LDS. Um, one of the guys is like a couple years older, so like that mission period, it was like a little wonky.
Yeah, yeah.
But now we're all back here and jamming.
That's awesome, dude.
It's
Okay.
fun,
You
dude.
got like shows coming up? Where do you play at?
We have a few shows. We do a lot of like backyard
Yeah,
shows.
yeah.
We have some like actual like venue shows at like some taverns in Salt Lake. We just recently filmed like an ad for Apple with our band, and we were all just like, I thought it was only gonna be like a 4 hour thing. It was literally a few days ago, and it was with the ad lab here at BYU.
Mhm.
They're like, yeah, come. It'll be from like 4 to 8 p.m. We'll have free pizza. I'm like, oh, sweet. I'm down for the pizza, dude. I didn't leave the studio till 4 a.m. It was 12 hours of straight filming, and I was just like dead.
Yeah, what do you do for 12 hours playing music?
Play the
That's
same
brutal.
45-second song over and over and over and over again until they say, okay, we're good. I'm like,
Wow,
it's ridiculous.
that's crazy.
Obviously there were a bunch of different like scenes and stuff going on, but
What kind of Apple ad needed you to do?
it was like an AirPod ad. So
Okay.
like the whole premise was like this guy like puts in AirPods, and then right when he puts in AirPods, there's like a full concert like happening around him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then he like takes them out, and it's like he goes back to bed or something like that.
Dude, wow, that's legit though. 12 hours though, just to get that little
It was
clip right.
crazy.
Yeah,
I was stressing. It was a lot of time.
you go through all the pizza, I guess.
Yeah, all the pizza.
That's sick, man. That's cool. Sounds like there's a lot of opportunity for you being here in Utah.
There's so much. Like even just at this school in general, it's like there's so many things that, like for example, the grant thing. Like you would have never
Yeah.
known about it unless I said something, and like other stuff that so many people just like bring up, and I'm like, dude, had no clue.
Yeah, yeah,
Had no clue.
that's fire, man. So, being from California originally, now how long you lived in Utah?
I've lived here like a year and 3 months.
Okay. What would you say, compare and contrast Utah's greatest strengths and Utah's greatest weaknesses?
Dude, that's a good question. That's a good question. Um, Definitely greatest strength as far as just like geographical for Utah is the mountains. The snow in California sucks. Like I hate snowboarding in California.
Yeah.
But definitely weakness is doesn't have a beach, no ocean. As far as like culture wise,
Yeah.
it's definitely a strength that a lot of people here at LDS like it feels I mean, it's just like everybody's super nice here, but I feel like that's also weakness in a way like super stupid crap, but like drivers, like I hate driving in Utah because everybody's so like cautious and like nice and like slow to like turn, and it's like, dude, just turn, like just change lanes.
That's so real, man. Oh, I was just talking about this the other day too, which is like, it's more dangerous to not just like take your right of way. Like,
Yeah.
you're the right of way, like just do it. Like it's so much more dangerous to like, I don't know, stop to let some car in when you shouldn't because everybody else is not expecting that. Depending on the traffic
Yeah,
pattern,
it's like
it's way too. Yeah.
it's like just a normal green light. It's not like a green arrow or anything. And like some old lady is like, "Oh, I'm gonna stop to let this person go on their green light," and it's like, no, you go so then there's no cars and then they go.
Yeah,
Like
I promise you are not smarter than the traffic patterns,
it's
dude. Like
crazy,
we
dude.
figured this
It's
out
crazy.
pretty well.
It's crazy.
That's so funny. But traffic, I've heard that Southern California's like the worst traffic in the world and stuff.
Yeah, but it's like 5 times the amount of cars and maybe 2 times the amount of traffic. So it's like I feel
Okay.
like people are just able to like be more efficient. Obviously, like in the cities like LA, it's terrible, or San Diego, but
Yeah.
in the normal California area, everybody has the same aggressive driving patterns, but less traffic. It's like so much better.
That's valid. So the part of California you're from, is it south of, like, is it between LA and San Diego?
Yeah,
Okay,
like
got you.
directly in between, right on the beach.
Okay, got you. That's so nice, dude. Wow. I feel like a lot of people would love to stay there and stuff.
Yeah.
Tell me about your family, I guess. Are they still all out there? Have they come over here? What's going on?
Yeah, so they're still there. My dad grew up in Yucaipa. It's like an inland part of California. My mom grew up in LA. And I mean, they found San Clemente like 18 years ago, and they've just wanted to stay there since. I want to stay there. It's amazing.
Right on.
I love
okay.
it.
How about like siblings?
Yeah, so I got a sister. She's 19. She's on a mission right now in Ecuador, and my brother is 15. Just about to turn 16.
Wow. Right on.
Yeah.
That's good for you. Um, so you're kind of like pioneer and kind of out here like leading the way,
A little
like
bit, yeah.
getting it going. That's awesome. Um, I feel like in from my experience, I did sales for a couple of years, and I don't know if it's like necessarily like an actual phenomenon, just something that I observe, but I feel like a lot of people I know who, when they have built wealth and acquired a lot of money, they definitely drop off on their values. They definitely like obviously there's a change of lifestyle that comes with a certain amount of income and stuff, but especially like being in the church, like it sounds like it's a big important thing to you.
Hmm.
Why has that not happened to you? And
Yeah,
elaborate.
yeah, that's a good question. I feel like I know, like I know there's like, and this is gonna be a long way to get to this, but
Okay.
so many people are like, oh, I want to work for myself. Like working for myself would be so nice. I hate working in 9 to 5. And then they start working for themselves and they realize that if you're your own boss, like you're even gnarlier than your 9 to 5. And the reason why isn't because it's like, oh, I feel like I need to push myself, but it's because you automatically turn all your priorities from like, oh, my priorities are life, and then like I have to go to work a little bit to make money, but like these are my priorities. You just automatically shift all those priorities to, like I need to make money, I need to make money, I need to make money. And it's not, I wouldn't say like having that as one of your priorities is a bad thing, but having that as like an all-encompassing priority is terrible.
Mhm.
And I've seen that in my life. Like I've had ups and downs and dips and whatever, and I've seen that like if I don't have multiple priorities that I'm working towards, that and I'm just like focused on one thing, then I'm gonna burn out on so many other things, and maybe I'll get a lot done money wise, but like social and spiritually and all this other stuff, it's not gonna work out. And then if those don't work out, then I try to like turn around and be like, oh wait, I want this, I want that, and it's like you weren't putting in the effort, so you're not gonna get it, and then your money stuff crashes, and it's like for me, I've just seen that as a great life lesson because um, it's I'm trying to think how to phrase this.
Yeah.
A great life lesson because I've seen a lot of people that are very wealthy, that make a lot of money, but they don't have these priorities, like spiritual priorities or social priorities. And they get to the end of their road and they're just like, I have all this money, but I lost these other things that I care probably more about than money. And it's just because they didn't realize that sooner.
Yeah. That's
And
actually so real.
that's not what I want to do. Like I want to do the opposite, and I want to realize that I have these priorities. Like I want to be going to the temple every single week. I want to be going on dates. I want to be doing this stuff and realizing that like that is as much as a priority as making money is in my life. It's just made it a lot better.
That's really well said. That's a good answer. I was just talking about this the other day. Actually, it's funny. You heard of David Goggins, right?
I haven't, no.
You've never heard of David Goggins?
No.
Wow, dude.
Who's that?
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm so surprised actually. He's this dude who had a big change in his life. He's famous for being this like tough, hard guy. He like Navy SEAL, Army Ranger,
Okay.
but at one point he was like 300 pounds. Like in his book, he's like, I was like just like the biggest loser in the world and stuff. And turned his life around. A big motivational guy. Does like ultra marathons.
Wow.
He like ran on broken legs. Like whatever. But
Whatever.
yeah, it's like he's the craziest possible human like things you can think of. He's like done it all. He like the world record in like pull ups in 24 hours. Just like crazy awesome fitness guy. Done some of the hardest things. Like tested the human body past the point that we thought was possible. Like he's advised against doing these different things.
Jeez.
Anyway, and in his book, it's all about mental for him, and it's all about like stay hard, like blah blah blah. But what's funny is I was talking to my friends, like, dude, I don't actually want to take advice from this guy because he has he's on like his third wife and he has like just like this like not the kind of life I want to live.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, like you are an expert in like pushing the boundaries of these physical things, but like I do not envy your life at all. Like you don't have like love in your life. You don't seem to have like happiness. It's all just about like I don't know, the grit and like biting down and just getting things done,
Yeah.
which is awesome and all. But it's to your point of like competing priorities. And like you said, a lot of people, everything is all just about getting my money. For him, it's everything is just about like proving how tough I am. And it's interesting. It's the same kind of idea of like, dude, like, what do I really want in my life? So
Totally.
that's cool you say that. I like
Totally.
that.
Thank you.
Um, Given that context, how would you define success? How do you know you're living a successful life?
I I think of let me think.
Yeah.
Let me think. I think of success more as the pathway, more as the process than actually the results. And the reason I say that is because I I have seen in my life like I'm what keeps me going and what gets me farther in life is me just like being like so focused and so intentional on my every single action that in and of itself to me is success because I know if we measure success just as like oh yeah if I hit this milestone then I'll be successful. That milestone's always going to come. We're always going to get there and then we're always going to be like oh yeah cool. But this milestone if I hit that I'm successful. And it's like obviously it's great to set goals. Um but for me success comes from me knowing that I'm doing all that I can to achieve these goals. And obviously if that happens, I'm going to achieve the goals. But me being in this process and building out this process to get there is more success than me just like being handed a check of $5 million and being like, "Oh, you're successful. Here's your money,"
Yeah,
and like
interesting.
that.
I like that. The path you're on. And I guess this is kind of related also, but like if you didn't have to worry about money, if you didn't have to worry about it at all, what would you do with your life? How would you spend your time? Would it be like surfing and snowboarding, or would it be something else?
Um, and by not worry about money, be like if I just had enough money for me to not care, or like for me to just not even know money exists.
To not care. Like you're set. You're fine with money. You don't have to spend your time building businesses and making all this money. Like you're super duper rich.
Okay, hear me out.
Okay.
I'm not boasting. I'm not saying like, oh, I'm already retired or whatever. But let's just say hypothetically I'm already at that point right now, which I'm
Yeah.
not, but let's say hypothetically I'm there.
Okay.
Um I've seen so much more potential and like drive and ambition in me for building out the best of other people and getting them to where they can be. And I've loved this because I have a lot of friends that I work with. I know that they tell you not to work with friends in business, but I've loved giving my friends like opportunities to make money and like grow and learn with me
Mm-hmm.
because it's been fun, but it's also just been cool to see how much potential people have and how they just don't realize it. Great example is this, and you're gonna laugh, but
Okay.
yesterday, yeah, it was yesterday. Yesterday I went to no 2 days ago. 2 days ago I went to Walmart
Okay.
and I was buying some shelves for one of my warehouses and um I they only had one of the shelves. I needed like four. But I'm walking out, I see this homeless guy on the side of the road. And I'm just like I should really go talk to him. Like I need to go talk to him. I don't have any cash. I would give him money or I would give him anything if I had it, but I don't have any cash, but I'm just gonna go sit down and talk to him. So I pulled off to the side of the road, got out and just like sat down with this homeless person. His name's Jake. And we just sat and talked for like 20 minutes. And obviously asked him about his life story, asked him about stuff like that. I'm like, how did you get in this situation? And he told me his whole story. And then I'm like, dude, how much money do you make like asking people for money each day? And he was like, oh, like 20, $25 a day. I was like, are you serious? Like $25 a day and you're out here like all day asking for money. And it's really easy for people to be like, oh, homeless people, go get a job. And it's like, but how, like, obviously he can and he can work towards that, but like, he's at the point in his life where he's just like his biggest goal in life is getting to the point where he's making $30 a day and he can afford gas to go to another town in his like mobile home or his like RV. And like that is his like goal. Like he was even telling me he's like, dude, I would be set if I could just buy this like this trailer and attach it to my truck and I could drive farther and like my wife and my kids, and we'd be all stoked. And I'm just like, dude, that's great. Like that's crazy.
Hmm.
And yesterday I spent like an hour, maybe 2 hours. I'm like, dude, you're gonna meet me here. We're getting you like new clothes at DI. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna go to my office. I'm gonna like print out these cards. I'm gonna pay you $100 a day, and you're literally just gonna drive around to gyms and put these cards for my skincare business. You're just gonna put the cards on these cars, and you're gonna do that. And he's like head over heels stoked, and I'm stoked because I'm like, dude, that's making me more money than it is me giving it to him, and like he is stoked and he's able to provide for his family and like overachieved from this goal of like 5 years that he had.
Yeah.
And for me, in a way, like I see that as something that is amazing in and of itself. It's just not the fact that I'm able to give this guy more money than he's made, but the fact that I'm able to give this guy like a whole new perspective and be like, oh, whoa, I can actually do a lot more with my own efforts and like get somebody. Like, obviously, I don't want this guy working for me for forever. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
who would want that? But I want him to get to the point where he's like, dude, I can do this on my own. I can go get my own job. I can do this. I can get an apartment, like an apartment that's maybe $500 a month. Like, I can do that. I can stop living in my car and like I can do this. Like, I want to see as many people as I can like get to that point.
That's sick, dude. Such a cool story. Wow. Just at Walmart, some guy.
Just at Walmart, dude.
It changes your perspective too, dude. It's like always chasing something more and not realizing like how blessed you are a lot too. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
And I've always hated the word privilege, but like we are so privileged, like to be where we are, and like realizing that people aren't as lucky as we were.
Hmm.
But also realizing that it's like, okay, cool. Are we just gonna like sit around, or are we gonna
Yes,
help
dude.
people be lucky?
This is like my big life philosophies too, which is like I didn't understand it until I left America for the first time and saw like, dude, I had no idea. Like I kind of knew like lived I lived great, but like I had no idea like how privileged I was. I'm like, dude, because like when I went to like the Caribbean on a mission, I was like, dude, how come I was born in my circumstances and these people were born in these circumstances? Like, it's just not fair. From the get go, I have so many opportunities in front of me that it would be a waste if I didn't do something good with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like now I'm like, dude, if I don't do something awesome with my life, it would be like a complete waste.
totally,
And that's your exact philosophy you're describing too.
totally,
Is I love that, and it took me a long time to figure that out. Sadly, I was until I was like 18, like 20, but still. And so now it just completely changes when you have those experiences. So
and here's another good example. I don't want to take too much time on this,
please, please,
but my friend had a birthday party a few days ago.
okay,
It was like a week ago, and it was a roast night. Like everybody had to prepare these roasts and
that's
like
sick.
go roast each other. And everybody's roast for me. I mean, I had a few other pretty good ones, but everybody was roasting me for like the fact that I started a business with my dad. And they're all just like, "Oh, you just like taking daddy's money, like daddy's money this, you getting loans from your dad." I'm like, "Sure, I got a loan from my dad. I paid it off. I'm never going to get a loan from my dad ever again."
Mm.
And I'm glad. But all of you guys grew up with parents with even more money than my parents, and you still haven't like done any. It's like it's one thing to be like, oh yeah, like I'm really privileged, but it's another thing to just be like, be privileged and not do anything with it, and
Yeah,
not do anything with
yeah,
your life. So
it'd
that's
be a
what
waste.
just like, it's like okay, make fun of me all you want, but in the long run, like that amount of privilege and the amount of leverage that you guys can get from it, like I'm not lucky, we are all lucky. Like if you want to like compare apples to apples, like I'm not any more lucky than anybody else that was in that room that night.
Hmm.
But I feel like part of it is just kind of taking initiative and realizing like, dude, like you said, it's a waste
Yeah,
to not take advantage of it and then not help more people out.
I'm exactly with you right there, dude. So with that in mind, what do you hope to accomplish in your life?
Good question. I didn't think about that.
You're good.
What do I want to accomplish in my life? Um, well, I mean, as far as like my priorities right now, I want to talking about money a lot. So
Yeah,
my
yeah,
other priorities, I want to have a family, um, a wife and kids, preferably like 3 kids. I think would be awesome.
yeah.
Um, want to get to the point where it's like I can have the time and the energy to just like put my focus on my family and like grow a family, and I think that'd be amazing. As far as other things I want to accomplish in my life, I want to scale these businesses. I want to get them to their potential. I also want to just help more people, hire more people, and scale that whole thing we were talking about as well. Um, and I think another thing is I kind of just want to like go for it. Like I want to do like you were saying. I just want to do as much as I can, get as much done, and like I don't know, like do as much as I can.
Do as much as you can. No, that's I get that.
Like, but like I'm saying like a lot. Like Elon Musk, I wanna do that, but like obviously not. It's like the polarization of like only focusing on money and not caring about your family. I don't know how much he cares about his family, but I want to just scale as much as I can.
Yeah, that's a good way to say it. Scale as you can, as much as you can. It's like it's so interesting. I just the other day, dude, I didn't realize it, but like I was at home. It was like 9 o'clock at night, and I was like upset because I didn't get to like. I was like running errands all day and like didn't get to like actually work on like what I wanted to work on, like my
Yeah,
show and all that. And
all the
I
time, dude.
and I just had this moment. I'm like, dude, you know what? Like I'm here, like on my couch right now, with my wife. She's pregnant, and we are comfortable, and we were watching a show. I'm like, dude, this is the type of situation I would have like prayed to be in a few years ago. Just like loving my life.
Yeah,
It's just so hard to think like that sometimes. And yeah, it's because I do want to scale, and I want to like I want to scale like my show, and I want to scale like just my career and my family stuff. And I kind of compartmentalize sometimes and only think about one thing. But yeah, dude, that's the way to live, man. It's just all the way. I love that.
all the way.
Good
Like
thinking.
I think.
If there was only one thing you could let people know about you out there, what would you want that one thing to be?
Yeah, I think that one thing would be in a good way. Take it in good context. Don't like quote me out of context for this, but I want to prove people wrong. Like I want to prove everybody wrong, and that's it.
It's fire. It's gonna be like in 30 years they have like they show like old footage of like Steve Jobs before something big happened and he was like saying this game like a clip for like 30 years and it's like oh he said it all along. Like,
Dude, that'd be awesome.
I like that dude. Yeah, you kept the footage. Cool. Prove people wrong. Is there like specifically like I don't know? Do you have a lot of haters? Do you have a lot of doubters out there, or just like things people have said to you over the years, or like
Maybe it's doubters, maybe it's haters. Maybe it's just simple examples like, oh, you won't finish college. Just like, yeah, I will. Watch. Um, or like, you can't make money selling like face lotion to gym rats. And I'm just like, watch me. I'll do it. And it's not like, oh, like F you, I don't like you, like I'm gonna prove you wrong. But it's more just like the challenge. Like I love challenging situations and that's just how my brain works and I love like figuring out ways to like surpass and overcome and get through these things and I think that's where it's like I just want to prove people wrong in a sense where it's like people are like, "Oh yeah, whatever, like he said he's gonna like climb Mount Everest, but like yeah, probably not." It's like, dude, don't tell me that I can't climb Mount Everest because then I will spend
yeah,
4 months preparing to do it and I will do it.
you get a lot of motivation from that, huh?
Yeah,
I like that, dude.
thank you.
Dude, this is sick. I feel like I got to interview Elon Musk before it became Elon Musk. You know what I mean? I feel like we're here like just to start, dude. So this is sick. It's good getting to know you, Davis. And
Thank you.
thanks
Thank you.
for
Thank you.
being a person of Utah.